Writing a solo piece or a longer monologue that's more than 5 minutes can be challenging. In this video, I'm going to offer you several exercises and ideas to help you craft solo work that's both exciting and engaging. Read solo plays. The best place to start is by reading existing one-person plays. There are a huge number of them, and they all have vastly different styles and formats. From reading existing plays, you can borrow ideas from the writing that interest you. Think about the style of it. Is it comedic? Is it dramatic? Does the person play one character or multiple characters? Here are some of my favourite contemporary solo plays. One of the best things about solo plays is that they're much shorter and quicker to read than plays with multiple characters. They'll average at about 50 pages, so you can read them in about half an hour. Check out Ross and Rachel by James Fritz, Three Kings by Stephen Beresford, Random by Debbie Tucker-Green, Misty by Arinze Kenny, Chef by Sabrina Mahfouz, Death of England Delroy by Roy Williams and Clint Dyer, Dust by Millie Thomas, Sunrise by Jessie Cave, Bottleneck by Luke Barnes, Tumbletuck by Sarah Milton, Notes from the Field by Anna Devere Smith, 100 Words for Snow by Tatty Hennessy, Bitch Boxer by Charlotte Josephine, Drip by Tom Wells, Superho by Nicole Leckie, The Man by James Graham, Scorch by Stacey Gregg, Girls and Boys by Dennis Kelly, My Mum's a Twat by Anushka Warden, Chewing Gum Dreams by Michaela Cole, Build a Rocket by Christopher York, Baby Reindeer by Richard Gadd, The Canary and the Crow by Daniel Ward, Iphigenia in Splot by Gary Owen, So Many Reasons by Rachel Afori, Grounded by George Brandt, and Seawall by Simon Stevens. Read as many of these as you can. Many of them are on Drama Online, or you can order them online from the publishers or from Amazon. If you can only read a couple of these plays, it will still help you immeasurably with how a solo piece can work. Structure and planning. Have a think about the structure and shape of your piece and what it looks like as a whole. If you're looking for a sensible structural solution, consider using a 3-part structure in your monologue: a beginning, a middle, and an end. This is the cleanest and simplest structure for any story. Don't make it one long story. Divide it up and make each section focus on one event, one thing, or one moment. Another way of working with structure is to plan your story out. Maybe you've got a clear journey in your head. Break it down into scenes or sections. You could create a timeline with the different parts and then work on your story one section at a time. This makes writing or making a piece much more manageable. Spend 30 minutes or an hour on each specific section. Rather than writing chronologically from the start to the end, you could pick a section that excites you most and start there. Or experiment by randomly picking a section and working on that, rather than going from the beginning and going through scene by scene. First or third person. Make a choice about who you're playing. Are you playing the character and speaking in the first person? I did this, I did that. Or are you a storyteller or narrator? He did this, she did that. Both are equally interesting as a solo piece. First person works well in drama because you can fully realise the character and take us through the story moment by moment. You are playing the character. The third person style of storytelling feels more traditional and works well if it's a larger scale story with many characters and events. Third person allows you to cover much more ground much more efficiently, without you having to physically become every single character. You are the narrator. Who are the audience? The basic fundamental of acting is that someone is doing something to someone else. If you are the only character on stage, then the audience need to be that other character or entity that you're speaking to. Think about who the audience are. Are they the character's friends? Are they their family? Or are they strangers? Are you speaking to yourself in the past or future? Do the audience represent one person as opposed to several? This decision will help set the tone for how you speak to them. Is what you're saying embarrassing or scary? Or are you confident in front of them? Can you be honest, unapologetic, rude, or funny with them? Do you like them or not? A simple writing exercise would be to write 10 sentences imagining that the audience are your friend and close with you. Then rewrite that section, imagining the opposite, that the audience hates you and you hate them. How will this affect what you say and how you say it? Will you be honest and open with them, or will you withhold information or lie to them? Sensory description. A really powerful way to bring a moment to life in your piece is to talk about an experience with reference to all of the different senses. This is called sensory description. Don't just say what something looks like. What does it taste like, sound like, feel like, smell like? Human beings are sensory beings, so by tapping into all of our senses when describing something, it will make it feel more real, more vivid, and three-dimensional. By using sensory description, your text will engage our imagination much more. Use dialogue. As humans, we communicate by speaking to each other. It's unlikely that if we tell a story about people, that no one will speak in it. If you're writing a monologue, remember that it's drama, it's active, it's alive, so use dialogue, speak to another character, or have another character speak to you. Otherwise, it's just a stream of thoughts, and that's what novels do best. In plays and drama, characters articulate thoughts and actions through dialogue. Rhyme, alliteration, and repetition. These three incredibly handy literary techniques will help bring your writing to life. Rhyme, alliteration, and repetition make words and text more interesting to say and to hear. Go through a section you've written or are about to write and incorporate rhyme in some way. This might be changing the final word at the end of a sentence so it feels like a poem. Or this could be words alongside each other that have the same sound. Alliteration is when words begin with the same letter, like pork pie, Dunkin' Donuts, or really rainy. Go through a piece of text you've worked on and tuck in some words to bolster up the alliteration. Repetition is a great way of adding emphasis to a moment. It makes it important and memorable. You can repeat a sentence or a word. One of the most memorable uses of repetition for me is in a poem that I first heard 15 years ago, and I still think of it all the time. It's at the end of a poem by Chilean poet Pablo Neruda called I Explain Some Things, and it is, "Come and see the blood in the streets. Come and see the blood in the streets. Come and see the blood in the streets." It's still in the front of my mind from 15 years ago. That's the power of repetition. So try writing 10 or 20 sentences and use these three techniques. Maybe all of them, maybe just one of them. If you're struggling, here are some more tools to help you out. Rhyme Zone is a website that you can type in a word and it will give you a list of rhyming words. The Pocket Rhyming Dictionary is a dictionary full of rhymes. The Dictionary of English Idioms is full of thousands of useful phrases and idioms. And the Dictionary of Synonyms and Antonyms is a great book with lots of useful words. I always use thesaurus.com too to find a list of interesting alternative words. Use all of these resources to support your writing. Refining, editing, and rewriting. A crucial part of the writing process is refining what you've written. A well-known phrase by writers is, "Writing is rewriting." I would say 50% is generating material and writing it, and 50% is consolidating, editing, tweaking, and rewriting what you've got. One idea to make refining your work easier is speaking the text out loud. See how it feels in your mouth. How does it sound? Is it slow, too wordy, or lacking flow and momentum? Get rid of anything that feels wrong when speaking it. Another idea is to get someone else to speak it to you. What's it like hearing your words? Are there any bits that sound odd or don't work? Are there any sections that they're tripping up over when speaking it? This could be an indicator that a word needs changing, or perhaps the sentence needs reworking. Duncan's tips. The brilliant playwright Duncan Macmillan has many tips for writing. Here are 3 that I think are very valuable. Objectives is the first. Make sure your character has an objective for each part of the piece. What do they need here? It should be concrete and specific. Don't generalise with things like they want respect or they want love, or they want forgiveness. If the character is general, the writing will be general. Go for things like they want to get their wedding ring back, or they want to destroy the letter. The character's objective will drive the scene. Surprises is the second. I think this tip is infinitely helpful and one of the most useful writing tips that I know of. Make your character's actions surprising. The most interesting characters behave in unpredictable ways, therefore the dullest always do exactly what we'd expect them to. Each scene or moment needs to have something unexpected or surprising happen. The character needs to say something that is surprising or new. And the third one of Duncan's tips is time pressure. Think, what is about to happen? Every moment in a story should be a short window of opportunity to make a decision or do something before time runs out. If your character has all the time in the world, then there's no drama, there's no drive, stakes, or danger. Give them a time pressure. Song and music. My final tip is about incorporating song or music into your solo piece. A monologue doesn't have to consist entirely of spoken text. Music can be an incredibly powerful storytelling device. If you're a keen singer, find a song that the character could perform. Is there a song that resonates with a particular part of the story? Perhaps a moment when the character feels alone, scared, or, contrastingly, overwhelmingly joyous. You could perform an extract from a song, maybe a verse and a chorus, or the whole thing and use a backing track. Or, if you play an instrument, you could perform the song as an actor-musician and accompany yourself on piano, guitar, or whatever instrument you play. And there we go, 10 exercises and ideas to focus on when writing a solo piece or longer monologue. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you, please give it a like. Do check out these other videos and subscribe. And if you want to support what I do on the channel, you can click on the link in the video description. All the best.